started breastfeeding again, my milk supply had really went back up. Like, I was able, because I pump occasionally. Whenever I can get a pumping session in, I'll pump, so that whenever, if I have to leave her with somebody or something, she'll have milk if I have to go do something like that she can't come to. So I was started pumping and stuff, and I was pumping 3 ounces, and whenever I was on antibiotics, I could only pump like not even an ounce, and that made me so upset, and I started to worry about it. But I looked up some YouTube videos, and I took the people's advice that they told me, like, eat healthy, wholesome foods. Why do you keep on playing with me, little girl? Why are you playing with me? Why are you playing with me? So I started eating, like, you know, wholesome, healthy foods, and started drinking a bunch of water, which I already was doing, but I started drinking more. And, you know, by the time I started feeding her, you know, my milk supply came up. So that's now, like, I've been breastfeeding. She's 6 weeks old. She was 6 weeks old yesterday. So she's, like, strictly breastfed now, and, you know, she's doing really good. She's full. I'm making enough milk for her. She eats about every 2 to 3 hours. And, you know, my boobs don't hurt anymore. And, by the way, a nurse gave me this tip, and I wish somebody would have told me this while I was pregnant, because it would have helped out a lot. If you're planning on breastfeeding, in order to build up your nipples so that they're tough, so that they don't crack or they're not sore, every time you get in the shower, take a really rough, cheap washcloth, like the cheap ones that are super rough, that are like $1.99 at Walmart. And just, I know this is going to sound weird, and it might hurt at first, but just, like, scrub your nipples. Like, take it, make sure that, don't get the rag wet. Like, get your boob wet a little bit, and then, like, just rub your nipples. Not, like, vigorously or nothing, just, like, kind of rub it around, kind of like this. So that your nipples will be built up, so that whenever you do start to breastfeed, you know, you're not sitting there like, oh, ow, ow, my nipple, my nipple, my nipple. But so I started doing that, you know, and so now I don't have any nipple pain. You know, whenever she breastfeeds, we're pros at it. I can do any position, you know, the side laying, which I prefer at nighttime, the side laying, the football, the cradle, you know, all that stuff, and it's so easy. And I'm so glad that I got through it, because a lot of people were telling me, you know, breastfeeding's not for everybody. If you can't do it, then you can't do it. And so I just kept on my path, and I'm still breastfeeding, and I plan on breastfeeding her and for a whole year. So, you know, like I said, breastfeeding is the best choice for your child. You know, like, I really like it. And with people just don't understand the bond that you get. Like, yeah, it gets annoying sometimes whenever, you know, say all of a sudden you want her to go, you know, one family member wants to keep her. Like, you have to have enough milk and stuff like that for her. And it gets annoying when you're out in public and you don't want to breastfeed because you're kind of embarrassed. Like, I get embarrassed, but if she has to eat, then she has to eat. Whenever there's, like, males around, like, I don't like to do it, because I feel like they're staring at my boobs. So I normally, like, bring along my nursing cover, but if I can, I try to go to, like, a discreet place where it's just me and her, because with everybody else around us, it's hard for me to just focus and her to just focus. So I like to go where it's just me and her in a quiet place and sit down and breastfeed. But don't get me wrong, if she's hungry and she can't tolerate her pacifier anymore, then I'm just going to whip out my boob, and whoever looks, because that's how I choose to feed my daughter. Other than that, you know, breastfeeding, other than my status, breastfeeding has been going perfect. Like, I love doing it. So I can't really think of anything else to say. If you have any questions, you know, about breastfeeding, I'd be happy to help you, because I'm telling you, like, I wish that everybody would breastfeed, because it's like the natural choice that God made for your baby. And so, you know, your body produces what your baby needs, and why not? I mean, formula's expensive, and I don't got that kind of money to spend it on formula, so I chose to breastfeed, and like I said, I love it. So, and if you guys have any questions, just, you know, let me know, and I'll try to answer them. If I don't know them, then I'll look them up for you guys. But other than that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye. Sorry, can't get this to stop.